Today, we're talking about the incredible power of our beliefs, hidden forces that either propel us forward or hold us back. What's up guys, Jules here and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about beliefs. I think this is a super fascinating but also super important topic to unpack and to understand. Now, before I go into the details of how our beliefs actually work and how they affect our actions, I'll tell you a quick story. So before May of 1954, it was commonly believed that it was impossible for a human being to run a mile in under 4 minutes. People had tried, but even doctors were saying things like, the body's just not capable of it. Our muscles, our bones, it's just the limit of human capability. Now, that was until a guy came along by the name of Roger Bannister. Now, Roger was a medical student based in Oxford here in England, and he believed he could break the 4-minute mile. And so he did all the things you'd expect someone would do, right? He trained and he worked really hard. He would even visualize himself crossing the finish line with the banner saying 3 minutes and 59 seconds. If you're interested, there's a really interesting documentary about him and about what he did. But in May of 1954, he broke the 4-minute mile. Now, this is an incredible story of what humans are capable of. But I think one of the most fascinating parts of the story is not what he did, but what happened next. So not more than 46 days later, somebody else broke the record, John Landy. And that same year, multiple people broke the 4-minute mile. And since then, thousands of times this record has been broken. It has even been broken by high school students. Now, what happened? Why could so many people break this record? Well, it's because they believed it was possible. Before that, they believed it was not possible. And so they didn't take the actions that were required to actually break this record. And this is how powerful our beliefs in both holding us back, but also propelling us forward they can be. So next, I want to just talk a bit more specifically how our beliefs actually affect our actions. So as I mentioned, we all have certain beliefs, right? We either have supportive beliefs that push us forward, or we have limiting beliefs. Now, our beliefs are built over our lifetime through experiences that we have, through things we see, we hear. Many of our deepest core beliefs are developed through early childhood. But with that said, we all have a set of beliefs. Now, human potential is pretty incredible. If I was to ask you what you think the limits of human potential is, you'd probably say limitless, or we don't know. And that's the truth, right? We don't know what the limits are. We see people breaking records all the time. We see people achieving incredible feats, and we simply don't know if there is a limit to human potential. But how often would you say that you see people living with this truth? How often do you see people living as though they have limitless potential? Probably not that often. Now, I think that comes down to the beliefs that we hold, right? We have certain beliefs, we tap into certain amounts of potential, and then we take certain actions, right? So if we have positive beliefs, we take massive action. If we have limited beliefs, we often take very weak action. That action then in turn creates some sort of result. So positive beliefs take massive action, we see some improvements, and then what happens is that improvement, that result reinforces our belief and makes us believe it even more. And the same happens with a limited or negative belief, where we don't believe something's possible, we don't take very big actions, we take weak action, we get poor results, and then we reinforce it by saying something like, I knew I couldn't do it, I told you so, this is not for me, whatever it might be, and we reinforce that negative belief. And I can tell you from personal experience how true this is. I mean, I have a personal story that I reflect on very regularly when I encounter beliefs that are holding me back. Now, when I started fundraising almost 15 years ago on the streets of Melbourne, I believed that I could be a great fundraiser. I believed that I could achieve incredible things, that I could raise a lot of money, and I loved non-for-profits. I'd done some volunteering and I was great with people. But the reality was that I wasn't a great fundraiser. And in fact, I failed my evaluation, essentially my probationary period, which is just a week where you had to raise a certain amount of money to continue with training. But I believed this so strongly that I spoke to the manager in a one-on-one and just said, please give me another chance. I believe that I can become a good fundraiser. I just need a bit more time to figure this out. And so what I did next was I thought, okay, how am I going to succeed the second time around? I've tried my own. Let me find out from some of the high performers what they do and learn from them. And so I took some of them out for coffee coffee, I picked their brains, and I tried to find out what they did that made them high performers. And then I started to use what they were telling me. I started to practice, and I started to put into action what they were saying, and I saw improvements. It wasn't overnight success, but I saw improvements. I passed my evaluation, and over the next 3-4 months, I became one of the best fundraisers in the country. Now, this for me is a reminder of what's possible when we believe something for ourselves is true. I wouldn't have taken those actions. I wouldn't have taken those people out for drinks on my own expense if I didn't believe that it was going to help me, if I didn't believe I could be successful. But I think what's really, really important to see here is that our beliefs have a remarkable impact on the actions we end up taking. It's not necessarily that our beliefs are true, but our beliefs lead to us not taking actions that we should be taking in order to achieve something, or they lead to us taking actions and seeing success. So what does this all mean? What should you do? Now, first of all, I think becoming conscious of your beliefs is the first step. You have to first be conscious of something before you can do anything about it. So become aware of the script that you tell yourself. Become aware of those beliefs that you hold back and interrogate them, because many of them don't take that much interrogation to see that they're actually false. I had a belief that I was really bad at remembering names for many years, and I used to tell myself this all the time. And I thought, I don't have why have I believed this? This is not true. Doesn't make any sense. Of course, I just need to figure out some tools, some strategies for remembering names, and I'll be fine. And today I'm great with names, right? I'm sure you have something that you've told yourself over and over again. Maybe you're a new fundraiser or a fundraiser that has fallen into a bit of a slump, and that there's some sort of story that you're telling yourself. So become conscious of it first, and then you can apply some tools to start to dismantle it or replace it. So I won't go into great detail because of time, but I will go into this in more detail in other videos. 2 particular tools that I find particularly helpful. One is called reframing. Reframing is simply reframing the belief into a more positive one, right? So it's flipping the script. Taking a belief and turning it on its head and replacing it with a positive, supportive narrative, and then keep replacing it every time it comes up. And over time, you will eventually replace this old belief, particularly when you take actions in alignment with your new belief. The second tool, and this is one that I use almost every day, super powerful. I don't use it just for beliefs, but it's a super powerful tool for replacing and rebuilding beliefs, and that is visualization. Visualization is an incredible, powerful. We have some amazing brains. The reality is our brains don't know the difference between something that we vividly imagine and something that really happens. So visualization is about vividly imagining, picturing a story, a picture of success or of taking actions that will lead to success in your mind, and then also feeling the feelings that go along with those actions, right? So really embodying that experience, feeling what it feels like to succeed and to accomplish your goals or to take actions, and really see and feel that success. And not only is this a really powerful way of reprogramming your brain, of rewiring the very fabric of your brain, but actually it makes you feel really good and can really, really improve your emotions and the experience that you have. So I would encourage you to look into these tools in much greater detail. There are lots of tools online. There are lots of guided meditations for visualizations, lots of people talking about it out there. I will try and create some content specifically on these tools because I think they are super powerful. But yeah, I encourage you to look at your beliefs, try and uncover those limited beliefs, and start to, over time, break those limited ones down and rebuild more positive ones. So that's it for this video. I hope you found this helpful, informative, perhaps even inspiring. And until the next video, stay inspired and keep fundraising.